Now that my raised bed is done, it's not filled yet, but it's way too cold to do that today. I'm working on my next project, which is another chicken project. Um, Chicks are getting too big for the tote that I have them set up and inside. They're starting to fly, and so I'm going to make them a bigger brooder box that I can move out here to the garage. Today we had the unfortunate incident of um, Tom, our fat cat, sitting on top of the brooder box, which was almost tragic, but thankfully we got to him in time. So it's time for the chicks to come outside. Not even outside, into the garage. Our garage is not heated, however, so I am again taking two different setups that I saw. Somebody create a brooder box. Mine is going to have all solid sides so that I'm confident that when they're in the garage, they're going to be warm. I'm going to put it on legs, put it on casters, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So the base of it is a pallet. So everything's going to be built around the pallet. And then I'll go from there. So here we go. Except for this angel, I have the worst dogs ever. Let them be out. What do? They come over here, try, be the end of me, find and crap in this horse pasture. Yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever, this guy's over here munching on the carcass of a dead bird. Sure, it's what she's looking for again. And the fact that they bring Teddy along, Teddy, who's afraid of everything, decides that she's going to follow along with these two knuckleheads, tromping about the horse pasture. No wonder I can't ever get anything done. All I do is chase these dogs around, trying to let them be out. 14 acres isn't enough. Gotta go explore. Let's go, Sky. Come on, Teddy. Let's go. Bad apples. Mullions. Now they're like, oh, look how good we are going back to the house. We're so well behaved. Oh, we were just exploring, Mom. Look at that. Look how good we are. Oh, humbug. This garage is a disaster. Chris won't let me clean it up. So I guess we're stuck with it being a disaster. He keeps blaming me, but I'm going to blame him. All right, so the first guy, Rick, trying to talk here. The first video I watched, stop, has me using, I can't remember what these are, 1x3s, I think, 6-foot 1x3s. So the video that I watched, he originally started by, so really like 6 1/4. He started by creating, he did 4-foot legs, and then it was too tall for him to reach down in and clean the chickens and stuff. So he ended up cutting a foot of his off. So I am obviously going to make mine 3 feet and just start with 3 feet. So because this is 6 1/4. Definitely 6 1/4. We'll go 36 1/8. So the 4 legs, that's the first thing I'm going to do. They'll go together like this. And then this will brace around the four sides of the pallet. And then we'll put a piece of, it's not plywood. I think Chris called it something else, 3 letters. That will sit on side. And then I got some vinyl tiles to put on top of that for easy cleaning. So these, I bought 4 of these, and those are the only new pieces of wood that I got for this. Oh, and the piece of particle board or plywood or whatever. That was the only new wood I got. Everything else is going to be repurposed from our shed project. So I was trying to do this one kind of economically. Was also a little concerned about storage. So that's why I'm putting casters on it, so that after the chicks get moved outside later this spring, we will be able to put the new brooder box, because it's going to be kind of big, move it into the shed for storage until next spring. That one's kind of warped. I thought I picked good ones. Oh well. I guess I also bought an additional 2 furring strips to make a new lid for this brooder. I don't know if I'm going to get to that today. I don't think I'll need it today because the sides will be high enough, but they are definitely starting to spread their wings and start to fly a little bit, so I will eventually need to get that built. Watch out, Rippy. What do you have? Hey, don't be eating that. Well, all of the sandbirds in my boots. What do you have? What do you have? Can we not chew on the smallest pieces of wood that you find, please? All right, I'm going to come back over to my handy dandy bathtub, aka workbench, and screw the legs together. Let's transition over to the palette. This is not going to be light, that's for sure. So that's one of the reasons I'm putting it on casters, so that we can easily maneuver it. Let's see where I can put this silly thing. Not sure why, but my GoPro just died on me. Anyway, so when I was making this and realized that the saw blade was the wrong size, I Googled and YouTubed a bunch of videos to try to figure out how to change the blade on the circular saw. Could not do it, was very frustrated. It was so windy, it was cold, I just decided to quit for the evening. And in retrospect, I'm kind of glad that I did, because I was able to, the last couple of days when I've been traveling for work, I've been able to kind of think through this Brooder. Once I put the sides in and the casters on the bottom, this is going to be pretty high. And I was worried about how am I supposed to reach in and clean. So because I had a couple of days break from work on this, I was able to think through this quite a bit, and I think I've come up with a solution. On the two shorter sides, so these two pieces, the pieces that are going to go on the inside, I am going to put the pieces on the inside and then screw from the inside out. The two on the outside, I'm gonna measure it and cut it, and then I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna put hinges so that the top half of it will be able to tilt down so that I will be able to reach in and clean. And I think I'm going to do that on both sides, because what I envision happening is whenever I have this side down, I'm going to leave half a wall up just to protect the chicks a little bit. And then this side will flip down. I'll be reaching here to clean. I would imagine the chicks will be on that side. So then when I have this side all cleaned, I can put this side back up, put that side down, and clean out that side. So I think that's a good plan. I bought the hinges, I bought some eye hooks to attach the top, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. It's supposed to get cold and snow by the end of this week. Ideally, I would like to get the chickens out of my kitchen and into this brooder box, but because of the low temperatures, it's going to need to be draft proof and pretty well protected, even though it'll be here in the garage. So I don't have too much time tonight. I'm gonna work till I run out of daylight and see what I can accomplish. Not sure where I'm gonna put this phone since the GoPro died, but figure something out. Actually going to put the casters on first tonight, because once those sides get on, this is going to be pretty heavy. Casters that I bought are weighted for 90 pounds. We'll assume that's enough. No idea. I did buy the swivel casters so that I should be able to manipulate this anyway. I'll only be able to, actually, maybe I'm not going to do this. My screws might be too skinny. It should work. If I was smart, I would have charged my batteries when I was throwing a fit the other night, but I didn't. of myself. I put the hardware on the wrong side. I don't know that it matters, except that it won't match. Seriously. But it will do exactly what I want it to do. So it will be secured. And then when I flip that down, I can clean it. Darn it. Oh well. At least I know it'll work. I'm fixing it tomorrow. Based on how it went the other day, I'm very pleased. I like the way it looks on that side, but it'll drive me crazy if the inside on the front sides are different than the inside on the rest of it. So I'm going to switch out the hardware tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. But for the most part, pretty pleased with my progress today. Going to do a little bit of investigation on trimming up that floor, switch around the hardware so it matches. I don't really know that it matters, frankly. I'm going to think about it because I like the way this looks. But anyway, I'm going to think about that and then make the other one and get the chickens out here. So, pretty happy. One of the adjustments I had to make when I put these casters on. So initially, only 3 of the screws had something to adhere to. So I thought I would give that a shot. But today, moving it around a bunch, it wasn't working great. One of them was starting to bend a little bit. So I just went and split a couple of chunks of 2x4 off and butted it in the corner so that now all the casters are attached with 4 screws instead of 3. I am delighted with my bigger, more spacious brooder box. So started with the base of a pallet, made the legs using a lot of repurposed wood. My one flaw here, well, I'm sure there's more than one flaw, but one obvious flaw is those 2 corners not matching up. And it kind of looks like it's because that one's not straight, but whatever, chickens don't care. So I created these doors that will flip down for easy cleaning. So I could reach in, chickens can be over there while I clean this side. I did the same on the other side. The last thing I have to do is to make a lid. So I might have to get Chris in his handy dandy reciprocating saw to even up that side for me over there. Or I suppose I could take that off and straighten it up. But so the brooder lid fits well. But last step is to make the brooder lid and to put my vinyl planking in. I just need to get some either adhesive or tape or caulk or something to secure it to the bottom. And then we'll be good to go.
All right, so in putting together the next video, after Kim finished building this bigger brooder box, I discovered that she never actually made a video when she put the chickens in here or to complete it. And now she's out of town in a much warmer place, presenting at a conference for this week. And I'm here taking care of all these animals that she had to have. So I'll show you the completed brooder box and the chickens and try to wrap it up a little bit. So here it is in its spot in the garage. And we got our 8 chicks in here. Most of them are over here because I just refilled their food. So they're checking it out, although it really freaks them out whenever I come over here, even though all I do is give them more food and clean their water and pine shavings and everything. But they're very spazzy when I come over. Not really sure if they are when Kim does too or what. But I don't know. They're way too big to fit under this brooding plate thing that she bought, at least in its current configuration. But she keeps insisting that that's what setting it should be at. So mostly they're hanging out under the heat lamp over there. They're starting to look a lot like chickens now, as opposed to chicks. Camera wants to focus on the chicken wire and not the chickens. But this is it. So right now the lid's just sitting on top of here, and the both sides fall down so she can get in there and clean it. In the meantime, this is the first day since we moved here that the weather feels more like Ohio than Wyoming. It's 40 degrees and cloud, misty, rainy. The dogs have been out because I didn't have to go to work today, although I did have some appointments. But they've been out here to get some fresh air and exercise. And it's a little muddy in here, so I'm going to guess that they are also a little muddy. Let's walk over and take a look. Rip was white once upon a time. Not really looking white right at the moment. So I was going to let them in the house, let Sky on my lap because that's what she likes to do, and everybody play. But that is not going to happen in the immediate future. They're going to come in and have to get dried off, mud brushed off them, and fall off them. But I guess that's what we're going to do now, so that by the time they get dry and ready to be let out, they'll have to come out and go to the bathroom again, and then they'll get muddy again. Oh well. I guess somebody, Sky or Rip, is trying to tunnel out of here. Knock this gate over. Sky also has been digging holes back there, so not sure what she's trying to prove. But Teddy, of course, is inside because she's spoiled. Doesn't come outside with everybody. But all right, gonna go inside and get these guys dry and check in next time.